Hello. So today I would like to start a series of different books that are useful for the writer, or that I have found very useful um, at different stages in my writing journey, at different stages in my writing career. Whether you like to read about writing or you just want to practice writing. I was skeptical about reading about writing at first, but I found it actually to be really useful. There one can always learn from other people, and this book especially, the Creative Writing Course book, Creative Writing Course book. It's based on a creative writing course, and from the University of East Anglia, which has a very famous creative writing department. This one, I believe, was published 2001. Yeah, 2001. It's got very nice, slightly old-fashioned feeling paper. I'll just take you through the contents first, and then we'll have a look at a specific chapter that I like a lot. So, first we have Getting Started, Introduction, Notebooks, Keeping a Diary, Clearing Some Space. Then you've got Training the Eye, Creative Writing Workshop, Keeping Your Eyes Open, Articles of Faith, What Are You Looking At? Abstracts, Deconstructing Beds, Finding Out, Poetry and Science, Out of the Abstract, Autobiography, Memory, the True Key to Real Imagining, Writing from Experience, The Shared Past, Where You're Coming From, Shaping, Characterization, Point of View, Setting, Exploring Home, Landscapes and Language, Imagining Rooms, Outside Your Front Door, Plotting and Shaping. This is where I'll be reading from in a minute. On Narrative Structures, Plotting a Novel, Decisions, Peaceful Symmetrics, Shapes of Things. Then you've got Finishing, Stepping Back, Revising, Workshops. And finally, Off the Page, How to Cook a Book, The Rise of Literary Consultancies, Agents and How to Get One, Final Revisions and Submission, and Carrying On. I find that the short chapters are really, really useful, and you've got exercises as well in between. It's a very thick book, lots of information. And I'll just read you a little bit. From Plotting and Shaping. This is a chapter written by Ashley Stokes. I find it rather useful. Plotting a novel. Plot is for readers more than writers. Readers ask, what is the plot? Meaning, what happens? Will I be interested? Is this for me? For a writer, the question can only be answered when the novel is finished. The ordering of events, the conflicts, the motives, themes and resolutions may not yet be apparent in the draft stages. In this way, the plot is part of the process of writing. It is something we find in the activity itself. More importantly, it comes to us in the amorphous work of notebooks, long walks, versions, false turns, hard decisions, insomnia, and staring out of the window. Plotting is the underside of the stone that no one sees. It is the head labor that makes a novel realize itself on its own terms. It is, if this sounds an uncomfortable business, it is worth reminding ourselves that this is what writing is, a triangle process of planning, composing, and editing that occurs in no particular order. For plotting, read planning. In my teaching, I tackle the issue of plot between character and the beginning. The first is plot. The second, to a large extent, determines the realization of a plot by triggering it. If we think of plot as the ordering of events through narrative rather than story. In fact, we are thinking about two types of beginning here. One of practice, the other the result of that practice. If a novel starts conceptually with what Nabokov called a throb, or if we are being geeky, a primary generator, we are saying we have an idea that compels us to write. 5 people trapped in a lift plan an escape to the moon. A schoolgirl locks herself in her bedroom for 12 years. We start with these glimpses and then power ahead. This is exciting, but poses problems for the beginner, because it is easy to let this drive rule the roost. It is easy to keep going, stringing events together until they overload the narrative. Everything follows the plot line. In the end, only text, not experience, is being made. The writing then seems artificial or unconvincing. Plot begins to govern character. The narrative becomes unwieldy and passionless. In the end, it will feel staged, and the effects will be deadened. Conceptually, therefore, what we need to do is shift backwards from our idea and work with character first. We work with character always. F. Scott Fitzgerald said, plot is character, and character plot.